Okay, guys, I am going to get it right. Okay, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. I'm trying to hurry up because, guys, look, I see where we're going to go ahead and talk about the Sean Combs trial, day 13, and they are on their lunch break. So I said no better time to come in right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys an update of what's going on. So make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And make sure if you like this content, guys, make sure you share, which I know, you got a lot of haters, but like I said there and say, it's all good in the neighborhood. Okay. So make sure you go ahead and support this channel because last night, guys, I was on TikTok until 9 o'clock. We had a good time. And I hope that we can also have a good time when it comes to YouTube, okay, which I see, like I said, people, they're going to do exactly what they do, okay. But as you can see right here, we are now on trial 13. I think that's what, yeah, trial 13. So we're gonna go ahead and give you a little updates. They are on their lunch break, and also I want to go ahead and talk about. I saw where when it came to Todd and Julie Chrisley, they had a reality show. Trump went ahead and parted them. I want to go ahead and talk about that as well if I have time. I'm not going to tell you no lie. When I saw the press conference of Todd and Julie, wasn't the wife Julie, but it was Todd and his daughter. I'm not going to tell you, I was very impressed. Sometimes when I see things like that, I try, I get upset, but I truly believe when it comes to Todd, he saw a lot of injustice when it, came to, the prison system, and he has a huge platform. And I truly believe that, he's going to be able to tell us, through his eyes, some of the stuff that is going on in there. So I might talk about that a little bit, guys. Once I go ahead and give you an update. So let me go and see if I can give you a quick update because I know that they are on their lunch break and when they come back with the Sean Combs trial, day 13. And like I said, when it comes to all this right here, I don't have a dog in this fight. We all turn two different corners. Okay. I'm not into this entertainment industry, but I stand on my truth. I know what I see. Okay. Some people might sit there and say, what the heck she's talking about? Like I said, I'm talking about the same thing that you guys are talking about. Okay. It's just that I come from a non-biased perspective, and that's real talk. So let me go ahead and give you my copyright disclaimer. Is under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, teaching, and research. So again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And like I said there and say, my truth may not be your truth, but somewhere lies the truth. Okay. And all this right here is coming from the inner city press. I think that when it comes to him, he's more accurate. He's been in the game for almost 13 well 10 years. He's been in and out of courts, taking reports. So he's not, like you see these YouTubers, some of them, not all of them, where they are very biased. They there for clicks and likes and stuff like that. He's going to tell it like it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you some of the what was going on in the court from this morning. Okay, and as you can see right here, we are on trial 13. This right here is 13. We are in like the third week or something like that, and they still talking about Cassie, the rugs, which we can't say the DR, some will say rugs. Okay, we still talking about that. I just want to know where, when it comes to the ex trafficking and the racketeering, I'm trying to see how they're gonna be able to open up that, especially when it comes to multiple people that was in this enterprise. What they had told us, that's the reason why he was charged. So that's what I'm waiting for. Okay, so let me go ahead and hurry up and give you some of the updates of what is going on. And like I said, guys, don't take this personal. I only going by of what I see. So right here, as we know that this right here is trial 13. Okay, this is 13th day, and they still have Mill, which that is her alias name. They don't want to go ahead and give a real name, which I do know a real name, but and also saw her face, but I'm not gonna go ahead and put it out. Okay, so this morning, she was on stand. The witness, when the prosecutor, the government went ahead and had on the stand this morning. They went first. So the government, which is the prosecutor, okay, said, what did he right now? And they talked about, all the stuff that is going on with Mill, what, she had experienced when she was, in that circle. Okay. So she said, call me now, call me now, now. Well, let me see if I can go to the beginning. Let me make sure that I get to the beginning, guys. So I might be all over the place. I want to make sure that I get into the beginning. So I don't know if this was, the 2024 when he had got arrested, and maybe this might be. So I don't know, guys. So let me go ahead and continue reading. So right here, she said, call me now, call me now, call me now. Then even call me again. So I wrote back that I'll be asleep. So that's when the prosecutor said, is that the end of the screenshot? Mills say, yes. What's this? Mills said, my email to Puff, then to KK. So also it says, what did you write? Mills said, I am really sorry, Puff. I love you. So that's the part that, I just don't understand, if someone was that abusive, where, you know, I don't see how love can come out of this. And that's why I sit there and say, sometimes when people are saying love, you can go ahead and take that with a grain of salt. Okay. So, hey, my girl is in the house, country girl, queen. As she says, good afternoon, unapologetic, real talking, truth teller. Thank you for coming in, country girl. Thank you very much. What I'm doing, guys, is just going and give you an update when it comes to the Sean Combs trial. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna continue doing this because, like I said, this is not really my lane, but I don't like to stay in the box. I talk about varieties of things, okay? So, my girl, country girl, said, finally, catching the live. Thank you. I am so excited, glad that you are in here. This is one of my best mods on this side. Okay, like I said, hey, when you start standing on your truth, you very seldomly will have, people that that have your back. Okay. So let me go ahead and continue and give you an update because now they are on their lunch break. And like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight. I know that when it comes to all the stuff that we have, heard so far is very gross, very gross. And, he was a very violent person. But even though, he did all that, does that have anything to do with what he's charged with right now? Because we already know when he was charged with, S trafficking and racketeering. And what this right here is a bad, bad, very horrible relationship. Okay. But like I said, it's up to the jurors. Okay. So right here, uh right here, the prosecutor said, "What did you write?" So Mills said, I'm really sorry, Puff. You know I love you." And that's the part that I don't understand. A person that's very, very abusive, where is the love? And a lot of people, I've been listening to this morning, some of them they come from, a professional point of view where, people that has been, abused, they say certain words like this. But the thing about it is that she was an employee. And if I am an employee and I know that I am in a toxic relationship, I'm not going to go ahead and stay, and especially if someone only giving me $50,000 a year, no way in the world that I would stay, I would go ahead and try to find me another employee. Shoot, you might could get that working at McDonald's or Burger King. Okay. It's just that some of these people, they are caught up in the fame and the money, and they are starstruck when it comes to these celebrities. So she had went ahead and she said, I love you. And she put a smiley face. I paid for my own flight. It will cost to change it. I'm sorry to ask for the money. I'm sorry. I want to make sure that you are good at the end of the day, regardless. I love you. So, Sean wanted to know where she was, and, I guess if she's going to come, whatever. And she said she booked her own flight and, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and continue. Also, the prosecutor said, why did you write that? And that's what I want to know as well. So that's when Mills said, because, and that Mill is his assistant. Okay. She said, because I worked for him. To him, that's all that matters. So the prosecutor said, why did you CC Miss Karam? And Mill, she said, because I needed an answer. I was in limbo. So that's when the prosecutor said, when you got back from South Africa, where did you work? So Mill went ahead and said the office in LA. So, and if I repeat myself, is because I'm like I said, maybe because I went ahead and screenshot it twice because all this right here is coming from the inner city press, and I mean, as fast as he tweet them, he put them out, he goes ahead and he delete them. So I try to get it as fast as I can. So again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Okay. So right here, the prosecutor said, did you have less asset to Mr. Combs? Mills said, much less. So Alston said, not well, that's the prosecutor said, did it make your job easier or harder? Mills said it made it almost impossible. I needed his okay for everything, but I couldn't get any response from him. So that's when the prosecutor said, how did it make you feel? She said, it made me feel defeated. So she's talking about her experience, working as a assistant when it came to Sean Combs. So then the prosecutor said, what is this? Mills said, a note for HR to me. So I guess, uh, she had some kind of dealings when it came to Sean that he didn't like, where she had to go to HR or HR went ahead and contact her. So the prosecutor said, what was the date? So Mills said March 31st, 2011. So judge had jumped in and said, Mr. Smyers, that's the I guess that's the prosecutor say, can we take the documents down? I think it's needed for the redaction. So that's when the prosecutor said what was happening. Mill said, I was suspended without pay. So Mill said that she was suspended without pay. So I guess that's the reason why HR went ahead and contact her. But I think that from yesterday when she was on the stand, because I think that this right here is day 2 that she was on the stand, is that when she went inside of Combs' house and she snuck, which I don't understand why did her and Cassie, just did walk out the door. They wanted to go to one of Prince's party, Prince the singer, which, he went ahead and passed, and I love me some Prince, okay? But she went to one of his parties that Prince had, and Sean didn't like it. I think Mills said that Sean Combs went as well, because I guess he found that that's where Cassie was, and they went ahead and they ran in the bushes, and Sean went ahead and he, I guess, jumped on Cassie, and I guess that's the reason why now she's being suspended, because she was working for Sean, and then also she had a relationship with Sean and Cassie, okay? But the part that I didn't understand is that if that when it came to Cassie, that Cassie was in a very horrible, toxic, abusive relationship, why would you sneak in to go and get her to go to some kind of party that Prince have? Why didn't you take her on the take her to the nearest airport, to make sure that she was in safety, to get her a ticket to go back home? But they went to a concert, and that's what I'm saying when it comes to all this right here. It's just a lot of stuff that does not make no sense. It was a lot of rugs, which I'm talking about rugs, DRUG. I cannot say the word, but it was a lot of rugs. It was a lot of violence. It just was so much stuff that the normal person, like Joe the plumber around the street, we couldn't comprehend, because these people, they were on a whole different level, especially when it comes to the entertainment, stuff, that normal stuff, it's not on their radar. They got to do something that's over the top. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue with what is else is going on. So also Combs, I guess this Combs attorney right here said we don't know if the escort travels to New York, that they actually went to London Hotel. So that's when the prosecutor said we'll discuss it. Then the government can make an argument that an interference can be made. Judge Fair, Miss Combs, I guess that's what happened, once the jury was out. So the prosecutor had said, okay, title out. So then the prosecutor said, we have records like go to room so and so in the hotel. We can remove the header. We will show that the escorts was going to the hotel where they were reservated until the name of Frank Black. So Frank Black, I think that was Sean Combs' alien's name. So the judge said at this one, so also said is an escort, Julie Theodore. So let me see if so also Sean Combs' attorney said we'll take what the court give us. So the judge said anything else on summary exhibit. We're running into the jury time. Let's get started. Can we have Mill back? So I guess all this right here was done at the sidebar. So that's when the prosecutor say, what is this? Mills say they note from the MR to me. What was the date? Which I did, went ahead and I read that. So like I said, a lot of stuff that I might go ahead and repeat. I see where my girl said, if you like to support the host, Cash App is welcome, but it's not required. Thank you very much, country girl. So also the prosecutor said what had happened. Mills said he came in and didn't see I have laid all the option out. He started ranting. I tried to point to the other option. That's when the prosecutor said, who was this with? So Mills said James Cruz. He worked for Puff in like something Mandarin Road. He asked for tickets. So also Mills said, I wrote back, Puff is currently firing me. So she let the person know that Puff is going to go ahead and let her go. She said, Puff is currently firing me right now. He wrote back, LOL, and he went ahead and he capitalized that. I wrote back, no, serious, sad face. So that's when the prosecutor said, what is this? So Mills said that the email D-Rock to me March 25, 2011. So Austin, the attorney had said, D Rock asked what happened. So Mills said, I wrote, he went back, batch S, BATSHIT, crazy at this shirt. So she said, I wrote, he went back S, crazy about his shirt. So that's when the prosecutor said, where was Puff? So Mills said, with D Rock going to the doctor and run some errands. I asked D Rocks to give me a heads up before they came back, so I could be out of the way. So that's when the prosecutor said, "What did HR tell you?" And that's when Mills said that Puff wanted me suspended without pay, and I was. So right there, Puff was upset because what had happened when they went ahead and she said, snuck out the house and went to Prince party. So, I guess he probably said that was insubordinate, you working for me. And then also, you want to sneak in my house and, you want to befriend my girlfriend, that's a conflict of interest. Okay. So most likely that's, what probably had occurred. So that's when the prosecutor said, did you continue? And I'm trying to read a little fast, guys. Just make sure you go ahead and share these videos for more unapologetic content because they on their lunch break. So let me go ahead and check to see if they back. So let me see if they back. So they back. I'm gonna go ahead and read what's current, okay? And we can go ahead and read the back stuff maybe later on. So bear with me. Let me see if they back on their off of their lunch break. So again, guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. And like I said in here, we are non-biased. We don't have a dog in this fight. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call it like it is. Okay, so the witness has not burdened the brain from evidence to support his claim. It is our burden. So, Mr. Steele, you have to ask us. So I guess they must be. Okay, they back. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. So I guess the jury is not in as of yet. So judge is talking to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor said that the witness has not burden to bring forth evidence to support his claim. It is our burden. So that's when the judge said, Mr. Steels, you have two acts. Does she have text or emails or something she have knowledge of? So that's when Combs' attorney said understood. So the jury, okay, break. So I guess that's the part where, let me see where I'm at, guys. So I guess that's the part where they went on their break. Okay, so I don't think that they went back. And all this right here is coming from the inner city press, guys. You can go ahead and check out all this information out for yourself. It's not something that I am making up, okay? So welcome again, guys, to Unapologetic Real Talk, okay? So let's go ahead and let's see what else is going on out there, okay? So let me see if I can go ahead and catch up with some more stuff that is going on, okay? So give me a second so I can see what else is going on. Hold on one second. So right where I'm at, so the prosecutor said, "Did you continue working for Mr. Combs?" So Mills said, "Yes." Did you feel you have did you feel you could leave the job? Mill said that wasn't a thought. I had tried to run away. So, they're going to talk like that. How the hell you going to say I have a thought of running away from my job? Make it make sense. Just freaking leave. But they're going to go ahead and paint that picture. And that's the part that, I just don't understand. We know that you guys got the big fish and you want the big fish, but you got to be fair. You can't sit there and play dirty. But like I said, they said he played dirty. That's why he called himself bad boy, dirty money. So like I said, much is given, much is required. That's why we have to be careful. We have to be very careful how we treat people because what goes around, guys, comes around. Okay. So, and when they come back to bite you in the butt, you can't say not one thing because you're only getting back of what you went ahead and you dished out. So all this right here, like I said there and said, they are playing the game. They are playing the game. Okay. So this is exactly what you see. So let me see if I can go ahead and put this up a little bit. Um to make my screen a little let me see. Not this. This is not the one that I wanted to go ahead and put up. It was something else I had wanted to put up, guys. So this is not what I wanted to put up. I must have didn't. Let me see some. Hold on one second. You know, we just got to be careful. You know, you can't just think that you can go on the devil's playground and think that the devil gonna play fair. The devil is not gonna play fair. All this right here, what I see is nothing but a public spectacle. All this right here is a public spectacle. You know, it's just a circus act. Okay, that's exactly what I see. So hold on one second, guys. Let me see if we got some updates because I want to make sure that I screenshot it all because, like I said, what they do is inner city press, guys. So make sure you go ahead and check him out. Soon the minute when he put it up there, he go ahead and he deleted. So like I said, you know how I am, country girl. You know, I don't have a dog in this fight. You know, I'm gonna call it as I see it. You know, and this right here, you know, like I said, you know, this is what you call the devil's playground. Okay, so I guess they still on their lunch break because I don't see any updates from what I already went ahead and post. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So right here, Mill was saying I was scared of him. um, that's when the prosecutor said, "When did you try to run away from your job?" New Year's 2010 to 2011. Where were you? Mills said St. Barks. So that's when the prosecutor said who was there. Mills said me, Puff, Kim, the kids, and some others. Now you want to run away with him, but you were running towards him. Now they on a vacation. Come on, guys. Like I said there and say, this does not make no sense. And that's why I say, you know, I was very skeptical about even, you know, even coming on, you know, talking about stuff like this because first of all, some of you guys won't even understand if I do come on and talk about stuff like this. All this right here to me is a lesson learned, you know, and you know, some people, you know, they look at the surface part of stuff and they take it as face value. But when I look at some, I go behind it, you know, look at into the deeper part. And all this right here, like I said, this ain't nothing but what you see right here, a public spectacle. All they're doing right now is to use him as a sacrificial lamb to show others that if you cross the power that be, you cross the system, this is exactly what's going to happen. This right here ain't nothing but what I call a dog whistle. You know, but like I said, our people put themselves in positions like that. They think that, hey, you equal with them. No, you're not because the Most High God has set you apart. So, like I said, when you come on my platform and we talk about stuff like this, I take the foolish things. That's just like when I was doing the reality shows and Country Girl and all the ones that used to follow me. They know that, you know, hey, when I tell you something, you could take it to the bank. Even when I was talking about a certain reality show, Love and Marriage in Huntsville, I told you exactly how the story was going to end. I told you all that it was going to be a surge of lawsuits. You know, I felt it. You know, ain't nothing good was going to come out of this. I wasn't worried about watching this foolery. That's foolery. But what I'm saying is the reason why I was talking about certain things like that when it comes to reality shows, that even when it comes to this public spectacle, I could take the foolish things to conform the wise because that's where our people at. Our people are looking at these people as if they are stars. They idolizes these people. Take your eyes off of these people and put your eyes on the Most High God. Amen. Even look at my girl say, country girl say, yes, you sure did. I told you, I said exactly how everything was going to play out when it came to that particular reality show. I told you who was the mastermind behind all this. I told you that they was going to end up going to court, and I saw where when it came to what's her name? What's her name? I talked about all the time. We call her Miss Buddy. Like I said, that's just how far I forgot about these people because, like I said, I don't sleep with these people on my mind. These people is going out there and stalking and harassing and these people. You know, hey, what's her name? The one that was married to Martell. I can't even think her name. We called her Miss Buddy so much. Melody, yeah. I told you guys. I said there and say when it came to Melody, you know, these people was doing Melody's bidding. And Melody, she came online. I saw someone had sent me in my email where, now, it got so many lawsuits that they all going to court, which I already had saw that in the spirit. And she came out and she said, if you need me, I'm gonna be right there at the court. No, she's not. No, she's not. Like I said, they say chicken tongue will say anything. All she just that's just a feel good. This girl is not, even if she do sit in the court, I promise you, she's not gonna sit there and spend a dime. I don't see it. I don't see it. Now I might be wrong because, like I said, but I don't see it in the spirit that she's gonna even up. She's gonna even come out with a dime. And now these people are going to court and like I said, over a person on a reality show, make it make sense, guys. So let's go ahead and continue. That's why I said they say, you know, our people just got to come out of what I call loader bar. Okay. This is the lowest place that you can be in. And do you actually think that anything good is going to come out of all this right here? No, it's not. Okay. So make it make sense. Now, she was suspended, she was fired, and she talked about, Sean Combs, but yet now she's on a vacation with him, with Sean Combs of, I think, I don't know if he was married to Kim Porter, but I know he had kids for her. So let's go ahead and read this mess again. So the prosecutor said, where was uh who was there? So that's when Mills say, me. She was over there. She was celebrating them with New Year's, and but yet she was trying to run from her life. Come on, guys. Oh my God. You guys got to stop being so freaking trauma binding. Guys, like I said, they say these people put their lives out this. I mean, this just makes me so upset. How in the hell you gonna be running from someone, but when New Year's come, you celebrate with them? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, guys. So right here, I didn't write this. Go on Inner City Press. And I'm going to say allegedly, but this is his words. This is what he observed when he was inside of the courtroom. He said, me, talking about Mill, she's the one that's on the witness stand, okay? She sat there and said, me, Puff, Kim, and the kids, and some others. So that's when the prosecutor said, where did you stay? Mill said a yacht that Puff had chartered. So that's where they was. So let's go ahead and stick a pin in that right now. And I want to see if they have any further updates. Okay. Like I said there and said, it is what it is. I know you don't like Sean Combs. I don't even know him. But like I said, I don't like what I saw. But these people went ahead and they put all that on CNN and social media of him dragging Cassie across the hallway because that's what they wanted to paint in your guys' mind, and that's what they wanted you to write off. And that's why I said there and say all this right here is a failed circus, because all this have to do with DV. These people did not go and pursue those charges when it came to DV, how he was violating Cassie and his employees. They didn't report it that. So the statute of limitation has ran out on that. What he's being charged for now, it is for racketeering and for sex trafficking. Yes, the rabbit hole goes very, very deep. That's why I say there's a lot of people, they always talk about me where they say you always go the opposite way. You always side with the criminals or whatever they sit there saying. No, I go against the grain. When you go one way, I go the other way. I am a critical thinker. I don't jump on the bandwagon. I'm not a part of that Me Too movement, okay? And I've been through hell and back. My soul was on the outskirts of hell as well, but still evolved. I'm going to call it like it is. If it's good, it's good. If it's evil, it's good. But I'm also wants to see the bigger picture, because we already know when it comes to the system, as you see right here, that's why I want to go ahead and make sure that I talk about Todd and Julie Chrisley. They are the ones that Trump had went ahead and pardoned. And they're going to tell you the inside of that prison, how they were favoritism, how he was treated a certain way, when it came to his black inmates, the black inmates that was in the same prison that he was in was being treated horrible. But he had gotten so many passes. Now, wouldn't someone that have gotten so many passes wouldn't say nothing? But the Most High God would allow you to go in what Country Girl was saying, the deep part of things, to see some things so you can come back out. Sometimes, what the devil meant for bad, the Most High God can turn it out for your good. Like I say, this is my ministry. The thing about it is that you guys don't understand how I deliver my message, because you think that I'm supposed to come on and be buffoonery and act crazy. No, I'm going to stand on my truth. I can take anything that you give me, anything that you give me, and I can break it apart where even a child can understand, because I am a critical thinker. You may not understand, but at the end, you will understand. Because, like I said, we all fight the same fight. It's just that you don't know. And that's real talk. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can continue to see if they have some further updates. So if they have some further updates, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I might start right there. So I see where it says, how did you forget about waking up with a man? Okay. So let me go ahead and see, because that's farther down. Okay. Let me see if the jury's back. So the jury is back. Okay. So the jury is back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna screenshot this. Okay. I'm gonna screenshot it because I like this morning of what I heard, and now we seeing where Sean Combs attorneys, they are the ones that cross-examine them. Okay. They are the ones that on stand today. Okay. Well, right now. So this morning I'm reading what the prosecutor was talking about. So let's go ahead and continue with that. And I'm gonna just be screenshot this so I can know exactly what's going on. Okay, so now hold on one second. Let me go ahead and get something to drink. So guys, again, make sure you go ahead and hit like, share these videos, share these live. Last night, yesterday, I was on two platforms. I was on TikTok and I also was on YouTube. I had 1,000 people that was watching on TikTok and only 2 or 3 that was here. That's just to show you guys are some haters, but that's all right. My word is still going to get across. It's so sad when you expect everybody to jump on the bandwagon. I'm not going to do it. I promise you, because I have not sold my soul. And that's real talk. So let's go ahead and continue. So right here, she's on the stand with the prosecutor. Okay, so now we know that she wanted to run for her life. Make it make sense. She wanted to run for her life, but yet when New Year's came, she was on a yacht with them. These people ain't nothing but clout chasers, guys. I also want to read, I saw this article right here by Black Millionaires. I might go ahead and read that later, where when she was also on stand yesterday when they talked about Diddy ex assistant, which is Mill, when she told Cassie to leave him. So she said that she told Cassie to leave him. Cassie respond, Jay-Z is taken. Who would I date? Wow, make it make sense. So Mill said there, and she told Cassie to go ahead and leave Sean Combs. But she said that Jay-Z is taken. So right there, what she's saying is he is the Jay-Z is the highest up in the game. So it's Sean Combs and it's Jay-Z, which I think when it came to the system wanted Jay-Z, but the reason why they couldn't get Jay-Z because Jay-Z had a strong black woman that was right there by his side. Sean Combs was the one that was wilding out. So let's go ahead and read it again. And I truly believe when all this right here get to the jurors, when the jurors sit there, and they start combing all this out, they're gonna read the exactly what she said. She sat there and said she told Diddy to go ahead. Come on, guys, make it make sense. She told Cassie to leave Sean Combs, which she said Diddy, but Cassie has said Jay-Z is taken. Who would I date? So all these people was just looking for a come up. That's all it was. Come on, guys, make it make sense. So let's go ahead and continue. Not saying this Negro is not a piece of. Wait, hold on, guys. Let me see where I'm at. So Mill said, I asked the crew to take me to the land. So now she asked the crew, she's on the yacht with him. So now she wants to come off. Okay. But why did you go? Nowhere in the world, someone that's violence. I would be in the middle, in the deep part of the ocean, out of where nowhere, nobody can set. I can't swim to land. Why would I go and be on a yacht with these people? So Mills said, I asked the crew to take me to the land, but it was a hurricane or something. I hid on the third floor. So the prosecutor said, who spoke to you? Mills said, Kim. She tried to console me and said, don't worry about it. I saw Puff coming towards me. I ran and hid in the crew cabinet. So remind you that, she's already had said that, she was running for her life and that's just my word. I don't think she said it like that, but she was running for her life, out of Sean Combs' toxic, employee, this gruntle, space, but yet she went on the yacht for New Year's with him. And when she got on a yacht, Sean Muscle was showing himself where she had to go and hide on the third floor. Okay. So Kim Porter, that's the mother of his twins, where she had came in and she talked to him. So how did Kim know if you was hiding? Make it make sense, guys. This ain't nothing but a dag on public spectacle. Okay, like I said, this is a takedown. This is exactly how I see it. Now I may be wrong. Okay, like I said, to me, all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. Okay, because this ain't nothing but a S show. So let me see if they got some more updates because I have to make sure I be on my game, guys. Because as fast as he put these tweets out, he'd go ahead and delete. And I think that he is the most accurate around. He's non-biased. He's not like these little YouTubers out there, which I call them a bunch of vultures, just taking all these not these biased notes and running with it. So let me see where I'm at. Okay. I don't think that, he has a dog in this fight. This man been doing this for almost 10 years. Okay. He's been reporting for 10 years. This is inner city press. I understand. So let me go ahead. Some more updates came in. So I just went ahead and I screenshot it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all this right here. What the day is. Let me see what the day is. I think the day is Friday. Okay, the day is Friday. So I might go ahead and continue the rest tomorrow. Okay. So let me see where I'm at. Yeah, I'm gonna continue some of it tomorrow. So I'm gonna just go ahead and screenshot it. Okay. So did the crew take you to land in a tender boat? So Mills said yes, but then they got to call. I had to come back. You didn't have to come back. Once you got and off of that yacht that Sean was on and took you on aboard the boat to get you back, to where you need to get, I would have ran like Forrest Gump. I would have ran for my life. So she said yes, but then they got a call. I had to come back. So the prosecutor said, were you able to leave the country? So Mills said, no, my passport. So now I understand. She said, no, my passport was on the boat. Puff staff had it. So Puff didn't have it, but his staff, the one that had it. Okay. So that's when the prosecutor said, did you go back to the boat? She said, yeah. So right here, Mills said, KK said, now who is KK? I don't know who is KK. So Mills said, Puff couldn't believe I would go against him. I had gotten an employee attorney. So she went ahead, I guess after all that was over with, she went ahead and got a employment attorney. So KK said Puff couldn't believe it. So the prosecutor said, "Did you get paid?" Mills said, "After 9 months, my attorney proposed a mediation. They asked for like 11, not 11, $10 million. $10 million. Now, remind you guys, she was only getting a salary of $50,000 a year, 50,000 a year, but her attorney sued for 10 million. Make it make sense. Like I said, all this right here is nothing but a freaking shakedown. You only getting 50,000 a year a salary. So if you're getting a flat salary, that means, even if you get overtime, even you work, 10 days, extra, you still gonna get $50,000. You only gonna get $50,000 because you're getting a salary. And she's very smart. But the thing about it is this right here is what I call a public spectacle. This ain't nothing but a chitlin show. That's all it is, okay? So right here, let me see where I'm at. Where am I? I think I had lost where I'm at. Okay. So let me see where I'm at. Like I said, guys, none of this right here I take as face value. Okay. This right here is nothing but a chitlin show. Okay. So let me see where I'm at because I think I went ahead and I moved myself. Okay. Okay, so right here, that's when the prosecutor said, "Who came up with that figure?" And then Mills said, "My lawyers," and that's what you're seeing right now. These lawyers, guys, like I said, all this right here is a shakedown. They know good well that when it comes to these big time celebrities, they're gonna slip. And who are the ones that's going to get paid? The lawyers and the judges. Most likely the ones that putting the claim in, they're not going to get that much at all because the lawyer is going to take it all. This stuff is already set in place. This ain't nothing but a game. Like I told you guys many times, when it comes to the United States ain't nothing but a business. And they know good and well that that money is going back into that system. Wake up, guys. The only ones that's going to get rich, and that's the attorneys. And I'm pretty sure after all this is over, the prosecutors, the defense, including the judge, they all gonna go on some type of vacation out of the countries, and they're gonna enjoy themselves, and they're gonna laugh at the fools. We got them again. We got them again. Come on, guys, make it make sense. When are the hell you gonna wake up? Thank God I don't curse because if I would curse, guys, I'll be throwing all kind of S bombs. I mean, it's just time for us to pull out the lash. It's time for us to pull out the whip when it comes to our people. Wake up and shake them. When are you guys gonna realize the system is not messed up? The system is only doing what the system is designed to do. This is a game, guys. So she only gets $50,000 a year set. That's her salary, 50,000. But yet her attorney came up with a price. Let's go ahead and let's shake him down for $10 million. See, that's why they don't like me, country girl, because like I said, I stand on my truth. I'm not defending Sean Combs. Oh, she defending Sean Combs. No, I'm not. I'm defending the truth. This is much bigger than a Sean Combs. Because I promise you, once they get Sean Combs and shake him down for everything, they're going after somebody else. But my prayer is to go after somebody that you love. Because I want to see how you guys gonna react when it's somebody that you really love. Oh, the system is not playing fair. Oh, well, the system is using the same tactics, the same games that they got every last one of them. So now, because they went ahead and got someone that you love, now the system is not playing fair. Make it make sense. It was good when they brought down someone that you didn't love, but now that they're bringing down someone that you love, now you got a problem. You see? Like I say, these people, it's not going to stop until you wake the hell up and you come out of her. Oh, I can't hear a real talk. I just don't like Lady D. Well, you don't have to like me. I'm not here for you to like me. I don't know you anyway. I stand on my truth. And my truth may not be your truth, but somewhere lies the truth. And that's real talk. You see, people don't like a truth because the truth is like open heart surgery. Nobody wants to be open. Nobody wants surgery. Everybody wants to run off a lie because a lie is like a painkiller. It's just a temporary fix. Everybody wants a temporary fix. Nobody wants their heart open. Nobody wants the truth. But this right here is what I call the age of information. This is the age of Aquarius, where everything that was hidden going to come to the light. I've been telling you guys this way before all this had happened. You can't get away with nothing. And I'm talking about our people, my people who are called by my name. I'm talking about the Most High God will humble themselves, pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear from heaven and hear their land. But you got to come out of her. You can't continue going back like a dog going back into his own vomit. It doesn't work like that. And this is real talk. Nobody wants real talk. Everybody wants to bite off a freaking lie. So let me go ahead and do some more screenshots, guys. Everybody wants a freaking lie. And I might finish the rest tomorrow because and like I said, in here, I don't know these people. We turn two different corners. I don't look at these celebrities. I've been in that. My sister in that today. These people are not coming out. These people said they would rather die in something like this because they are addicted to fame and money. These people is not coming out of this. They're not. And I know for what I know from hands on, these people are not coming out of this. And it's not nothing that I'm making up. I promise you. So let me go ahead and do some more screenshots, guys. All this right here is a pipe dream. What you see right here is a pipe dream. So what I'm doing is just screenshotting it because I might go screenshotting it because I might come on tomorrow and finish the rest. Because like I said, I can take the foolish things of this world to conform the wise. And this right here is a foolish thing. Nothing good is going to come out of this right here. Nothing good. This right here is what I call a dead end. All this right here is what I call the dead end. Absolutely. All this is the love of money. And I'm not here to tell you no lie. I saw the inside of all this right here. My sister left when she was 18 years old and was with some very big, huge people. Even she got a song, a book. But like I said there and say, they are not coming out of this unless they ready. You got to really want it. I stayed there for almost 3 months with her, Las Vegas, everywhere. Met Tupac, all of them, Suge Knight, all of us stayed in the same hotel at the Caesar Palace. I promise you guys, these people are not coming out of this unless it's in a body bag. I hate to say it, they are not coming out of this because they are addicted. And what's the purpose of gaining the entire world? You're right, the love of money and losing your soul. But it's just like an addict. Money is just like a addict. And that's why the Most High God right now today is crushing the dollar, because the dollar is the only thing that will make you sell your own soul, will make you stand on the corner, throw your own mama under the bus. The love of money, which is the root of all evil. And see, people don't like to hear stuff like this. People looking for something that's going to make them feel good. But like I said, this right here is what I call the kingdom that suffer violence. And we have to take it by force, because we got young kids right now that's looking at these celebrities thinking, I wants to be the next Jay-Z. I wants to be the next Sean Combs and the next Cassie. Oh, Cassie's so beautiful. Oh, we have to protect Cassie. But like I said there and say, these people know exactly what they are doing. And we got little children right now coming after them, going into the same slaughterhouse because of that broad road. There's two roads. There's the broad road and there's the narrow road that's called straight. Nobody wants to go on that narrow road called straight. Everyone wants to go on that broad road because it feels good. It looks good, not knowing it's nothing but the slaughterhouse that will eat you up and spit you out. Oh, I can't believe she's saying this. This is real talk. This is real talk, unapologetic. I can't tell you no other way. So let me see if I got some more updates, guys. What time it is? So I'm gonna stay on for at least 2 more minutes. And what I'm doing is I'm gonna just go ahead and give you some updates. I'll be on maybe tomorrow. I might, it all depends. Later on, I might come on today. But all I could say right now, guys, we got to keep our eyes off of these celebrities. We looking for uh everybody talked about, these fallen angels. So we looking for something that was taught to us, a fallen angel. So we looking for something to pop out of the sky and fall down. No, that's not how it's going to be. That's why I say you have to know exactly how to rightfully divide the word of truth. You ain't gonna see nothing pop out of the sky. The fallen angels is the people that you idolize. Stop idolizing these people. That ain't nothing but false evidence appear to be real. This is not real. This is an illusion. That's why the Most High God does not judge the outer appearance of a person. Oh, Cassie is so beautiful, but inside she was hollow. She didn't even know her worth. She used her body and her looks to get what she wanted. So just because the devil does not play fair, you cannot holler foul. You cannot holler foul. That's why I said there and say, keep your eyes off of these people and put your eyes on the Most High God. Because every time when you put your eyes on these people, you're going to fall. And that's real talk. See, you guys don't, like I said, guys sit there and say, don't worry about these people's feelings. Don't worry about these people's feelings. Oh, nobody watches her. Somebody's watching. Because God said there and say, if I be for you, who can be against you? One can put 500 of flight. Two can put thousands of flight. Just imagine what I got right now. How many they can put the flight. It's not in the numbers. Because the Most High God said, go and tell it. All it takes is one person. Don't be concerned about what they do because their hearts are cold, wax cold. But long as you tell it, long as you go out there and tell it, the blood is off of your hands. Amen. So you're not hurting me just because you don't support my channel. You're not hurting me. Because like I said, all this right here is kingdom business. Even if I got to come by myself, but God would never allow me to be by myself because this has nothing to do with me. Just like what you're seeing, all this stuff that's going on right now with Sean Combs, this has nothing to do with him. It's much bigger. It's much bigger until we wake the hell up and realize who we are and get in our rightful position. Let these people do their job because their system is still intact. They still using the old tactics. This is one of the oldest tactics in the book. And they still using it and it's still effective. So when the hell we gonna wake up? Long as these people throwing us a little few crumbs here and there, we're gonna stay at the bottom, not knowing the Most High God has put us to the top. We are at the top. We are the head. We are not the tail. But the only reason why you allow your lower self to get the best of you because you don't know who you are. And that's real talk. Hey, Tyra Richardson. She say, hey, Lady D. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming in. And also I apologize because I did post that I was coming on at 1:00. But I went ahead and I changed it. Okay. So I'm not going to be too long. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close it out in a few. So let me see where I'm at right now. Okay. So what I'm doing is giving you guys some little updates of what's going on when it comes to the Sean Combs trial right here. We in 13, day 13. Okay. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And that's real talk. But this right here, oh, I don't want to hear Lady D. Oh, this is boring. No, but when you get caught, when you get in that predicament, then you're gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, I remember what Lady D was talking about. You see? But when it's good, they don't see it. You know? They don't see it. All I'm just sitting there saying, you cannot play on the devil's playground. And when you think that it's not going your way, then you want to call foul. It doesn't work like this. You can't say in one breath, women rule the world, but soon in a minute, it does not play the way that you want to play, then you want to say, me too. It don't work like that because much is given, much is required. So if you out there and you playing on the devil's playground, this right here is the outcome. This is what I call the nature of the beast. Okay. So let's go ahead and read some more. So right here, the prosecutor, and I'm going by this morning, guys. So if you uh just coming in and you saying, well, what she's talking about, the prosecutor, the defense attorney is cross-examining her now, but this is what had happened this morning. Okay. So the prosecutor said, did you bring up the sexual assault? Mills said, oh no. So why you did not tell the attorney that went ahead and wanted to pump $10 million out of Sean Combs that you was sexual assault? So how did he come up with that number, $10 million, when you only was getting $50,000 a year? I'm not an attorney, but I know this don't make no sense. So right here it said, she said, oh no, I was going to die with that. So she said there and say, when it came to the sexual assault, she said there and say she would rather unalive with that, take it to her grave. That's what she's saying. So that's when the prosecutor said, how much did you receive? So instead of she's getting the $10 million that the attorney had suggest, sounds like Coming to America. You remember Coming to America when Eddie Murphy assistant, his name was Arsenio Hall. He played, I forgot who he played as. You remember that movie Coming to America when he wanted some money. So he went to Telegram to see if he could get some money wired to him. So he sat there and say, I think, and I'm paraphrasing, I might not be getting it right, but it's something like that. When he asked for, I think, $1 million, she said, well, why don't you just ask for 10 million? Well, let's go and ask for 10 million. So that's what it is, the attorney sat there and came with a price of $10 million. Let's go ahead and shake Combs down off of the 10 million, but yet she went ahead and she took the 200,000. That's a huge dip. Sean offered to pay her $200,000. You might sit there and say, well, why did Sean offer her $200,000? If he wasn't guilty. Sometimes, especially when people got a business. If you have a business, then you're going to sit there, you're going to do the same thing. Some of you, because you don't want that stain on your business. So he would probably sit there and say, go ahead and just give her the $200,000 and just let her go away. Because if not, it's just gonna be a headache for me, and I'm gonna just be coming up with all this daggone money. Okay. So also, she went ahead and she took the $200,000. My lawyer got that much too. So the lawyer had got that much too. So I guess she got 200,000. The lawyer had got 200,000. So the prosecutor said, what was it for? So that's when Mills said the bonuses I had been paid and out of pocket. So that's when the prosecutor said, would you return the money to have this never happen again? That's when Combs' attorney said objection. So the judge said overruled. So Mills said, oh, absolutely. So that's when the prosecutor said, do you have any other lawsuits against Mr. Combs? And she said no. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it out with that. I am not going to go ahead and bust my throat. But Till Richardson, she said, what happened? Till, it is a lot that's going on when it comes to Mill. This is her second day on the stand. I mean, it's just a lot. So guys, make sure you go back and watch the replay and see exactly, of what, I had pulled from Inner City Press. You can go directly to his page on Twitter, which he deletes them as fast as he puts it on. So guys, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. My country girl sat there and said, another great live unapologetic real talk. Guys, you have a good day, and even if you can't, don't go messing up somebody else. Absolutely, that sounds like my girl says that. She say, even if you can't, don't go. What's her name is? I like her. That came up with that slogan. Even if you can't, don't go messing up somebody else's day. Stay safe, stay prayed up, and God bless you all. So, guys, on that note, Tabitha Brown. I like that. Girl, that was funny. That made my day. So, Tyra Richards say, okay, I'm from London time. It's different. Yes, guys. So, just go ahead and catch the replay. And you all, like Tabitha Brown said, if you can't have a good day, don't go around messing up nobody else's day. And that's real talk. So, guys, on that note, you all be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Country Girl Queena, for coming in and modding for me. Also, thank you, Tyra Richardson. Thank you guys for coming in, and all the ones that watch. Make sure you have a blessed day. And that's real talk.